over the week since I've been off, I think one of the things that but one of the things I personally wanted to get off my chest as well, I guess, for before things, is that I really wanted to make sure that I focused on enjoying myself as a content creator and as a streamer. I think that's what matters most to me, and like whatever else happens. And I'm really not into I feel like I've exhausted myself with the thought of competition. Like, I don't compete against anybody. If I want to compete, I'm a competitor. I can compete in millions of other things, but I definitely don't want to be competing in this streaming space. Like, I would rather collaborate. I would rather create content versus trying to do better than the other. I know it's inevitable, unfortunately, that you're going to face those type of things. You're going to deal with those type of things anyway, because it's a competitive market, it's a competitive field. You don't want to compete, you get out the way, which I understand. But as far as me feeling that way, that's one thing. As far as me focusing on it, that's what I'm more focused on, is not focusing on it. So moving forward with kind of how I want to do things and how I want to move forward with content creation is that I'm not competing with anybody. If you feel like you have to compete and show your numbers and show your status, whatever it may be, do you. But I'm not. But one of the things I wanted to talk about today really quick before I got into some gaming was my biggest downfall as a content creator is not going outside of my comfort zone. I would say 100% on any given day, I wonder more times often than not where I would go or what would happen if I did things a little bit different than what I normally do. With that being a thing, I sit there and I think about that constantly, because I'm like, well, it's easy to fall back into the rut of things that you know or things that you think work. And yeah, they may work, they may provide results, but if they're providing the same results, wouldn't you want to do something different that provided, other results? And I think it's more or less along the lines of growth for me personally, that it's something that I needed to look into for myself to see if it was beneficial for growth or if it's me just forcing myself to do something because I want to do something different. And there are other aspects of all of us as content creators, as people and stuff like that, right? That we don't explore often, or we kind of explore the same ones or go back to the same ones. It's kind of like last time when we talked about how it's easy to go to the confines of the friend group because you're comfortable there, but if no one's really pushing you to evolve or pushing you for growth, then you're kind of selling yourself short by spending your time around things and others that are going to keep you here when you have the potential full well to go there. You also have to have the desire. You have to want to do those type of things. So if you don't, then yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. But for me, there are a lot of different aspects of me that I really do enjoy about myself that I really don't furthermore explore, besides, when it comes to content creation, when it comes to what I put out there in the world. I don't do enough stuff with music and my musical ability. I've not really looked into the aspect of getting stuff to potentially try to make music myself just for the heck of it and see what it happens, because you never know. Those things that you kind of push off as nonchalant things or kind of like as whatever things are the things that could possibly change your life. And I don't mean as far as like getting famous or getting rich, but like literally change your life to make it better for you, make it more productive for you, more exciting, more enjoyable, more living. And that's kind of where my mind is right now, is that I've discovered how to video edit. I've been doing video editing. I've been doing the smaller edits and the basic edits over and over again, but I've never done anything else outside of that. I've thought about the skits. I've thought about different things, my improv comedy, a lot of things that I really do that I enjoy, anime, movies, and a lot of times I let it get into my head, oh, this is something that other people have done or other people are doing, and it's like not the best thing to do, more or less. You really kind of like want to clear your head when you think about these things, clear your mind, and see really where your heart guides you. If you get excited about it, cool, do it for a few days, do it for a few weeks, and see if it still has that same excitement in your heart. And if it does, then you can kind of move forward with it and go forward and see where things go, because it may take you to new heights. But yeah, that's what I think of. And I think personally I owe it to myself for the rest of this year, definitely going into another year of content creation, that I step outside of my box and I push myself in directions and areas that I feel are going to be necessary for growth, but also ones that I feel like I would really enjoy. So it's going to be a lot of testing, a lot of trial and error through the process to kind of just figure out exactly what it is that it's going to work for me, that I'm going to like, that I'm going to enjoy. That's what I owe myself. That's what I make a pledge to myself. That's what like I said, I owe it to myself really to just kind of move forward with that. And I would encourage anybody else out there that is content creation, if you feel like you're stale, or you feel like what the heck do I do next, really like take some time and reflect with yourself. Like if you like reading books, read a book on stream once a week. If you like painting, try painting on stream once a week, or at least show the results and talk about art. You know, lean more into some of the things that make you you. And I think that can start making your approach to content creation unique. It may be done by millions, hundreds, thousands, others, whatever the case may be, but it's your perspective and it's you and your twist. And I think that's where the key really lies in, is just like finding your niche and doing just that 100%, because I've seen too many. And like I said, I'm number one prime example, guilty as charged, right hand up, that I've fallen into this rut of doing the same things, the comfortable things, the things that are easy, and not doing anything that's hard. And I don't mean hard as in like skill wise or pulling off. I mean hard as in overcoming the feelings in here and the thoughts in here that prevent you and hold you back and pull you back and don't allow you to move forward. Overcoming those are harder than anything else, because all it takes is one thing to say, oh, I'll do it next time. Oh, no, eventually I'll get to it. And then next thing you know, 2 years has gone by and you've never done it, because you reverted right back into that comfortable well, and you've been sipping on the comfort water for so long, instead of putting that water down and going out and venturing and finding a new body of water to taste that water and move to the next one, and to the next one, and to the next one, and to the next one, until you eventually start finding your lane and finding your niche. And I when I think about it now, I can feel it inside of me that that's something that I should have done, that I should have been doing. It's almost 2 years of streaming. To be honest with you, my growth has stunted due to some drama, you know, community members that were here for the wrong reasons, people that I pissed off, people that I angered, people that were mad and didn't want to talk about it, that don't know how to communicate, that thought it was going to turn into confrontation. Well, again, sorry, but not sorry. And then just because I'm not doing enough. But that's okay though. I'm glad that I'm aware that I'm not doing enough to produce more of my growth, but my numbers aren't growing. My platform's not growing, but I'm growing. That's the whole takeaway. I'm not growing where people can see it, where I can see it, but the validation comes from the growth within, because I'm now noticing that I'm not doing all that I'm capable of. I'm not doing all that I'm capable of, but I'm also not doing everything that I really enjoy doing and encompassing it into the platform that I have. My YouTube channel does not showcase everything about me. My Twitch channel does not showcase everything about me. My Twitter, my TikTok, my Instagram, they do not. And I feel like each one of those platforms can serve a purpose for each aspect of my personality and things that I do, or things about me. I just have to spend time and put time into figuring out how to I need to spend more time and put time into finding out how I can execute that to where it doesn't feel like I'm doing it just to do it, and it doesn't feel like work, that it's just gonna flow. So that's gonna be the trial, that's gonna be the error, that's gonna be the experiment, and that's the commitment I'm making to myself. And I just can't wait to see what comes from it. And if there's 2 new things I may end up doing, if there's 3, I may have a whole little smorgasbord of things that I can now rotate through as far as content creation goes and give it a shot. I mean, whether I get mocked by the people that don't know me, whether I get trolled or whatever, that's all a part of the game when you put yourself out there though. It feels better when you're putting yourself out there and not who you want people to believe that you really are. Yeah, with that being said, I think I'm gonna leave it at that for the conversation. Peace. Again, if you missed this and you see this, you'll probably see this on YouTube as well. I've been trying to make sure that a lot of these conversations make it over to YouTube so that people miss the stream here can see it. They've been doing okay. I think the last 2 videos got around 20 to 30 views. So that's another thing too, is that maybe I will find my way to do more things that allow me to create better engagement and reactions and conversations and pick the brains of people out there that are creating as well, like me. So that's another thing too, is that when you're having a slow stream, or you know people are gonna take a while to get in, use that first hour to create some content. You could probably make a few shorts showcasing your personality, doing some stuff, right? And then put that out there on the TikTok, the Instagram, the YouTube shorts. Dedicate that first or 30 minutes or whatever, or last 30 minutes of the first hour to doing something to create some kind of content that you can put out there. I put out a lot of gaming content. There's a lot of gaming content out there anyway. Let's play this today. So me doing the talking videos like I'm doing now are a little bit different, and I'm actually okay with that. But if you aren't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, there it is. That's the latest video from the last stream. It's about 30 minutes of conversation between streamers about how to grow and succeed in streaming, we feel like it's really in you. There's no one else. There's no other secrets. It's really just you. And then that's why the follow-up conversation today was pushing past the comfort zone, because it's important that you really assess this, because streaming may be for you. Streaming may not be for you. You may have the voice for casting. You may have the eye for designing clothing. You may have the eye for something else that's not streaming. Do not sit here and think that streaming is the only end all be all. You could be a sportscaster and still come back to streaming though. But don't miss your blessing or miss the door opening because you are so focused on the one thing that somebody else inspired you to do, or what you feel like in your heart is what you really want to do because you're shutting out all the other doors. Open those doors and see what's out there. You may find something that'll lead to something better that'll contribute to this. You never know. So take your platform that you're building or that you've already built and find a way to see if you can expand upon it by doing more. That's the one. If you liked what you heard here today on this YouTube channel, video content, live stream, let me know. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe if you want to subscribe to more content, from gaming content to content like this, and to what may lay in the future for what I try to do next. Who knows? But thank you. I appreciate you all. Fly easy, heroes. Till next time. Peace.